Bonjour! So I've been in a building mood lately, so I've decided to break away a bit from New Pleasant View and, all the visits, and to swing by Riverview here. And I've placed a 10 by 10 lot at the end of the island over there, with the idea of building a tiny home. So first, the base of the house, so it's on foundation. It's going to be a 4 by 8 house with a terrace in the front, and the second floor, so there is a second floor, but it's not really a whole second floor, so it's going to be a split level and a mezzanine floor accessible by the ladder over there for the bedroom. And it's to keep the small house, tiny house vibe like that. So it's going to be just that part I've elevated like that. It's going to be the bedroom, and I've played a bit with the rooftop, so that the part on the right is going to have a higher ceiling in a way. So yeah, the rooftop on the right, it does eat up a bit on the space of on the other part. I don't like it, but I don't know what to do. So the first floor is going to be a tiny bathroom, and then an open area, but with 3 different corners. Okay, then it's the wall covering the doors, the windows. So here the idea is that I'm pretending that the house was built by a couple of handy SIMS, and that they have used a mix of, woodwork they did and recycled items they found, but also like more modern / new things they bought, like at a hardware store somewhere, so that the house would have like modern commodities, utilities, and for instance, I like those big windows from Pets. So I imagine they did the wooden framing and then painted it in white, and then added plastic window panes they bought. Now it's slightly bluish, and I've used the same framework for the doors. So we have like 2 doors. The main door for the entrance, and then the bathroom door. I don't think I've placed it yet, but yeah, that was the idea. If there had been solar panels in the game, I would have used it there too, but I didn't want to use anything from the store, so yeah, there's nothing from the store, and no CC either. I was tempted, but no, I've not been naughty. I've been reasonable, and it's CC free, and no store items have been used in that build. So we're going to start on the inside, and with the different quotation mark rooms. So first, the kitchen corner. I'm using that counter from Outdoor Living. It's quite expensive, but I really wanted to use the fridge. And also it fits well the theme of having, a mix of recycled items and also new items where it counts. And I think if it counts in the kitchen, you want to have working appliances there. So here I'm doing the trick with the microwave to save room. So I have it on a counter, and that counter is going to be slightly in the wall, so that I can have the fridge over it. And then when I'm going to be in live mode with Tintin, I'm going to use the debug enabler and raise the microwave so that it's on the shelf above the fridge. And that way it saves room, and we have space for a sink and another counter, so that you can have your sim prepare the food there. Next, a room that is actually a room, the bathroom. So it's tiny, but I have a room for a toilet and a shower. So yeah, I most used sandy stuff from around The Sims 3. You have a lot of things for tiny homes. but yeah, I resisted. But yeah, I didn't need a sink in the bathroom since I have one just next to it. In the kitchen, since the microwave is on the shelf. Then we climb upstairs for the bedroom. So there is actually enough room for a double bed. This one is from Showtime, I think. The bookcase here is accessible. I've enough space for, around the ladder. The Sims can go, they can access that corner, and can even have a smaller home office over there with a desk. And I've added a shelf so that they have a end table next to the bed, which I think will end up with an alarm clock on it. So then I did some tweaking because I had a better idea of how everything was going to fit, since I could fit a double bed upstairs, and some tinkering here and there, adjustments. So that's going to be at the end level skip marker, and so is going to be the ground floor here. Also I did tall windows, so I think I wound up only keeping 2 in the front, but yeah, they had the same large frames around the window panes, so I like that it was kind of a callback to the other windows. And same thing as for the other windows, that they could have been made by the builders of the house, that it's a mix of recycled items and new ones. So it's basically the theme of that tiny home, that it was built by the owners, who I don't know, because I don't know who's going to live there, or even if I'm going to use it, to be honest. But I needed to imagine someone so that I could decorate accordingly. So adding the mandatory pillows, I really like those. I'm so bummed that they have only one style, but yeah. So starting on the living corner, I've added a stove, because I imagine they don't really have central heating there. So for the living corner, I already had an idea of what I wanted. Here I'm adding a dresser because I've tried to put all the items you might need in a regular home. So I've put a bookcase upstairs. So here I wanted the dresser, but I'm using it for the TV. So I'm going to have the TV up the dresser later in live mode, as I did for the microwave. And then building a shelving unit in the corner. So outside, I worked a bit on the terrace, adding dining area and also a grill, and an edge all around the terrace to protect a bit their privacy when they are eating there. In the living room corner, since we have a higher ceiling, I wanted a bigger light piece, so a ceiling light, which is a bit bigger, a bit like artwork, I guess, and added a small roof over the main door. Then on live mode, I've put the TV on top of the dresser and added a few items for decoration. So then I worked on the wall covering, but that time inside. So again, it's a mix between I'll say woodwork and more modern looking covering, like when it's white like that. Mine is Farfige, she loves when I have my walls white like that. And I've tried to do the trim like the baseboard, it's a wooden texture, and I did the same with the upper trim. We'll see that later in the on the upper floor. So that because the ceiling above is going to be hardwood, and I'll do it. I don't think I'll do it on screen. I might have done it off screen later, and yeah, it's kind of a fitting a seam, you know, so that it would go from one to the other with a connection, kind of. I don't have the vocabulary. I'm terrible at that. So here I did like a splashback for the kitchen, so it's going to be tiles there. I think I'll do it later. So at first I did the same wall around the second floor like that, but then the bedroom area is going to be with a wooden baseboard, I think. Yeah, we'll see that later. I'll go back to it. And here I've started to work a bit on the window sills, and I'm going to end up with that plant box, that planter from, I think it's from Showtime, and I think I might have changed its color later. If I remember well, I'll make it look as if it was made in wicker, it was weaved, you know. So then I raised the pillows above the bed. I think I've changed it slightly because it couldn't lay down on the bed with the pillows like that. So I've moved them just slightly, but it's not visible like that. So I've worked a bit more in the living room area. The bookcase here, I wound up removing it afterwards because I wanted to have, I already have a bookcase upstairs, and I thought here I could have, it's very much later off screen, and I ended up putting a hamper over there. So here I'm doing the outside, adding a few more realistic details. No idea if they are realistic or not. I just, in my mind, they look as if they should be there. And a rain gutter, because, you know, there should be one, right? There should be one, I think. So then I had Tintin work a bit for me. So I already had that idea in mind. I wanted, when I did New Pleasant View, I had SIMS work, do some street art for a few buildings. And here I had one I had in mind, and Tintin did a couple of other ones I thought I could also use. But before he did the one I wanted. So that's why I put the tree there. I didn't know I wanted it before he did it. So here I'm doing the bedroom, and Tintin in the meantime is working on the painting I'm waiting for, and that I imagine it was that main artwork I had in mind when I started decorating that tiny home, and it's a landscape that I wanted where he's painting right now. So above the sectional sofa, and then I'm going to customize the different elements, the different pieces of furniture, a bit according to that. And I hadn't planned on the tree artwork, but I decided I would also decorate around that. So it was a good surprise. So here I'm doing the bed. So for the colors, I think the bedspread is going to be brighter, like a brighter blue, because I wanted, again, a touch of modern, of more yeah, modern, I think, vibe here, to couple with the more rustic woodwork we have around it. I did hesitate a bit about what tone of wood I would use, but settled on this one because I thought it was neutral enough to be around modern things and more handcraft one, let's say. So here is my alarm clock. And then added some lights to the kitchen, some modern ones, and a bicycle outside. So that was the artwork I was waiting for, and I'm going to raise it a bit with the bug enabler to have it just above the sofa, the couch, between the couch and the shelves above. I'm going to put a lot of items on them. I think I wound up putting the stereo over there, but it's very much at the end. And as I've said, I removed the bookcase afterwards and had like a laundry corner with a fake dressing and a hamper for the dirty laundry. So I changed a few things like the table, and almost used a CC one again, but did not. And changed the chairs. I wanted them again to be a mix of recycle items and new ones, so as if they had refurbished the chairs, for instance, but they are cheap ones they could have found anywhere. And put like more not happier, but you know, more cheerful patterns, so that it kind of brightens a bit the inside. And yeah, so that's the customizing part of of decorating, and that's what I like the most here. So I've changed my mind quite a few times. So here I'm having that lamp on the shelf, but I'm going to move it around, and I think it ends up in the bedroom on a fake bookcase that is not there yet. I've also changed my mind quite a bit with the rug, and it goes from pattern heavy like that with you know, fall colors, to a black and white one at one moment. I think I keep the black and whitish, more creamy color to again have a bit more of a modern touch. I thought the rugs could be, you know, kind of new, instead of having them be second-hand rugs, which are not the best to get, usually a bit dirty. I would know my dad collects like all the old rugs he can find, and I don't understand why, because they're super ugly too. So here, customizing the kitchen. So I imagine they did the tiles themselves, as they are, in my mind, tinkerers like that, like they are handy SIMS. And so yeah, I imagine they did part of the kitchen, so they bought like got rather modern appliances, and then did the counters and tiles themselves, or something like that. I don't know, I'm inventing a whole story there. Here is my black and white rug, and I'm having another painting above the window. It was also another good surprise to have that artwork from the street art paintings, you know. So still customizing, adding a few details, blinds. I might remove the one, well, in my version I might remove the one from the kitchen window if there is a good view, depending on where the house ends up. And yep, doing a bit more in the bedroom. I need my plush toys. I'm sorry, I added like at least two, and a gnome, a garden gnome also. But yeah, I like them. And then decorating outside. So I wanted them to be, since I have them in my mind like being tinkerers, I added a kind of effect, because you can't do much, tinkering corner for your handy Sims, you know, as if they had, you know, that small corner of the terrace being their workshop in a way. And yeah, still a few more details, lights, a fake pathway to the entrance, to the staircase, to the steps. And yeah, as I've said, a tinkering corner over there, which I customized a bit more so that it would look as if it was a piece of furniture made by them, I guess. And that's it. Then it's the final touch. So as I've said, I didn't do everything on screen, but I added level skip markers, so on the ground floor and on the top floor, so that it's actually cheaper. I think the house is about 16,000 something, so it could be considered as a starter home. And yeah, I added a few more things, some off screen, some here on screen, and then add Tintin playtest the whole shebang for us. So we're going to add that just afterward. Here I'm doing a very small, a tiny garden for a tiny house with a few, like 3 plants from University Life. I don't know why it seemed to fit. And change a few more things, and added a few more items, and change a few more also off screen afterwards, and finally had that lamp settled somewhere I thought was okay. Okay, so here is our tiny home for two. That's how I'm going to call it. So there is enough room for a couple of Sims, like a couple, like they are sharing the same bed. So to the front, the side and back here, with a planter also on the top window sill, just like in the first on the front of the house. Then we have the terrace and small garden. So the terrace, there are a couple of activities you can do. Well, mostly you can grill. You can have a barbecue. Then we can get inside. That's the bathroom door over there. The laundry corner. So we don't have a washing machine. You'll need to go to the laundromat. View of the kitchen over there, the dining corner with the gnome, the garden gnome, and the TV, stove. So we have a better view. We can see the artwork above the window. It has changed a bit. It's not purple, it's more grey now. And the one above the couch. Then here on the side you can see the ladder, and it leads to the bedroom on the mezzanine floor. And the bedroom where, as I've said, there is a room for two Sims in the bed. So then I sent Tintin home because he was living there during the building of the house to show you a bit how it works. So I first had him get a meal, a microwave meal. So as you can see, you can use the microwave, even though the animations are a bit weird, but you know, he gets his meal at the end. And then the TV, so you can also listen to the music. The stereo is on the shelf above, and he can sit down and watch TV at the same time. Then we have him go upstairs. First, sit down at the desk, so I haven't added a laptop or a computer for now. And then have him nap on the bed on that side. Then pick up a book in the bookshelf. And also take a nap on that same side here. So you can access both sides of the bed, go around the ladder, and get to the desk without issues. And that's it for the house. So let's have a look, an overview of the house. So first floor with access here through the terrace and tinkering corner, the kitchen here, then the dining corner, the bathroom, tiny bathroom, laundry corner, even though it's not really a laundry corner, then the living room, the living area over there. And we take the ladder, climb upstairs, mezzanine floor, with the bedroom, desk, a bed, and bookcase. And that's it for that tiny home for two, and also for that video. I'll see you in the next one. À bientôt!